What's up everyone, welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video. Today's video we are touring this. All right, today we are here with Jimmy and Lisa from Find Us Camping. How's it going, guys?
Doing great. We're out here in Nevada.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Soaking up the sun.
Yeah. And we are touring their new home, which is the
2022 Keystone Fusion 428.
A 2022 Fusion.
Brand new. Brand new.
Right off the assembly line.
New home. Still trying to get everything situated.
Yeah. How are you guys liking it so far?
Loving it.
All right. I guess they love it. All right, well, we are going to start inside and then we're going to work our way outside and we're going to show you all the goodness that is inside this thing. It is pretty awesome. So let's get started.
So we're here in our 13-foot garage that we are getting it out of our garage area, and we're going to make it into our master suite. So we have started now. We do have our bed in here now. This bed will come up and we will have full range of everything outside, all the windows, all the views.
So it'll still operate like a toy hauler. We'll still bring our toys in and out.
As you can see, our bikes are still here.
But when we get where we want to go, we can drop it down, and we don't have the best view today. Well, the mountains off in the distance are really pretty. So, you know, you're at the beach, you're out just in BLM land somewhere where there's nothing but the views, you can see them from your bed. So that's pretty awesome.
We have a lot of upgrades coming soon, so this is just the start because we just got it. It's still brand new.
We did get the pieces and parts from Lippert to make this. We did away with the bench seating that's a traditional seating area in the toy hauler because we found in our last one we never used it.
So as you can see, our bed is down now, so we've slept in here a couple times. We haven't been able to enjoy the great view because it's been cold. We're in Nevada and the snow is here.
And we found that if we rearranged our toys, which our toys now are e-bikes.
For right now.
Even with the bed still being able to operate, the bikes will still fit in here. We just had to put them somewhere else. So good news is we don't have to unload the whole garage to sleep back here like we thought we would originally.
So one of the things about sleeping in a toy hauler, because we have some experience with that with the garage, is that the garage doesn't actually stay as hot or get as warm or stay as cool as some of the other parts of the RV. They have something kind of unique that helps them with sleeping back here, especially in the cold.
So since you sleep with somebody that's cold all the time, except for when she's sleeping, we had to get some auxiliary heat back here because in most toy haulers there is a very small heat vent, and it doesn't warm this 13-foot garage up.
One heat vent.
So now we have a heater on the wall that throws off pretty good heat, and last night we actually used it and I had to get up and turn it off.
And it has a thermostat on it, but I guess he didn't have it set low enough.
I had it set low enough, but not for somebody else.
But it will run you out of here. It gets very warm. Essentially, it's not necessarily the prettiest, but essentially it's a space heater, and it works really well, and it's got a thermostat, so it does its own thing.
So like Harold said, though, we have more control over this bedroom than we have any other bedroom because we have the heater in here. And we have the air conditioner, so I can run that air conditioner. We can get it down to 50-some degrees in here if it's hot outside. Plus, with the deck down and all the doors open, if it is a nice day like it is today, 60 degrees.
You don't need either.
You don't need either. So it's the best of all the world sleeping back here in the back in the garage. So here's that awesome little heater we were talking about that actually heats this whole thing up pretty good. And other things we have in here is we have the smaller TV here.
Yeah, he wants a bigger TV.
We're going to put a bigger TV. That way, hopefully, if we're sitting on that back deck back here, I can drop a 55-inch TV down there if I want to watch TV and we can see it outside.
You know, it of course swivels down. And then of course we have cabinetry up here. Something that I think might be a Fusion or a Keystone thing is our ladder for the bunks and for the loft. The ladder is stored up here, so it has its own little storage space. We don't use the ladder, so we store our fishing rods up there. But
they're not in there yet because we haven't got to
haven't mounted that yet, but it is doable. And then we have a half bath back here.
I have this basically back here, so as we're driving down the road, I can see behind me, and I can see the bikes and everything inside here because things do shift and travel.
It's the same camera that if you are set up to have a backup camera on the back of your rig, it's the same camera that fits back there. We just bought an extra one. We still have the one out there, but we have the one here. And even though they say it doesn't work, it does. So when you hit a bumpy patch and you're trying to make sure your cargo hasn't moved around, we can hit the display in the truck and see what's what.
So for those of you who have a toy hauler or are thinking about getting a toy hauler and actually carrying some toys with you, it's probably a pretty good idea. That way you can actually watch your cargo as you go down the road.
So now we are in one of Lisa's favorite spots in this 428 because this has the biggest open floor plan that we've seen in an RV so far.
This is the main reason, if not the only reason, we wanted to switch floor plans, because this room...
Well, there's two reasons why.
Well, when the kids are here, it makes it more functional when you have more space, and we don't have the dogs with us this trip, but with the island in the last one, we loved the island, but we were always tripping over the dogs, so that takes that aspect out of it. And this floor plan has one
an
of the big
RV with
reasons.
a full pantry.
Full pantry, plenty of places to store stuff. Still have tons of cabinet space, just like we had in the last one. But this is a game changer.
And then this one came with the full refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
This is a residential refrigerator.
See, that's his favorite thing.
I want more food so I can eat. It's a full-size refrigerator. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but this does run on our solar outside. So while we're driving down the road, I don't have to worry about charging up and having gas bottles burning down the road. I can use the solar.
No gas, no propane getting. This is a different stove than our last one. It's a suburban stove and it has the heavier duty of grates, which I do like, except I rarely use the stove. If I'm gonna be honest, I rarely use any of this at all. I have an induction cooktop that I sit right here, plug in there, and that's what we cook with. And then my microwave is also convection. So between the two of those, that's primarily what I use. We try to use as little as possible to burn gas or propane. The big thing we burn, our propane, we save it for heat, which we don't use very often either because we try to stay where it's warm. And our hot water heater, because we have a really cool hot water heater. Hot water on demand, so it's instant. You turn it on, you wait for it to get hot, that's it. So it's using propane, it's not electric. So there's a little learning curve with getting used to how that works. So far it's doing really well though. So we're pretty excited about that.
Endless hot water. Can you imagine being able to take a shower for as long as you want? Just go outside, open that gray tank, let it drain out as you're taking a shower. And I'm sure Jimmy...
Hold on, I know somebody in your family that would love that.
Yeah, Nick would absolutely love it. But Jimmy
the
over
princess,
here...
yes, I gotta have a long shower. I'll take that. Everybody says I'm the princess in the family. I want that long shower.
Most, if not all, toy haulers come with a loft, which is this area up here. Don't be too judgmental, it's a little messy, but we don't use it as a loft, we use it for storage. So that is up there. And then our kitchen is laid out a little differently. The way it, the sink is out, the cabinetry goes sideways. That is because the half bath in the garage is behind this wall. So it's laid out that way intentionally. It works pretty good. We kind of have separate stations. I have my coffee station over there. We have the dish drainer over here, the sink in the middle. The cabinetry is a little odd because of the, the triangular shape in the corner. So that took some getting used to and some creative storage options to make that work. But I still feel like I have more cabinetry than I had in my last one, so I'm happy about that. This came with the giant 3-section sofa. So window to window, it was a sofa. And the problem with that was we didn't have a place to store things. We found that we were needing a place to house our laptops or even the TV remote. We didn't really use the center section. All we really cared about was this for us because it's just the two of us. So we took that centerpiece out. These two pieces still hooked together. We got the little storage bins from IKEA, and we each have our own little desk / workspace storage area. And the other great thing about this floor plan is this little love seat.
That little love seat turns into a, what size bed? Yeah.
Full size,
Full-size bed. So
bed.
as we're traveling and we have our kids with us or we have somebody else with us, we don't have to unload everything in the back and put the beds up and beds down, take everything. We can, for a one-nighter, pull this out and people can sleep there. We can sleep back there, somebody can sleep up there, and we have the bed right here. So we have more sleeping room, plus we have the loft upstairs, up top.
Nobody's ever sleeping in the loft.
That we're using for our storage now because nobody's ever used our loft. So that's where we are now. We have a bed here, a bed in the front, and a bed back here.
And with the love seat, the thing you hated about the last floor plan was, in the last one we just had this sofa, and then we had the island.
So now,
so when there was more than 2 people there, you had to sit like birds on a wire in this long sofa and talk to people like this.
Makes your neck hurt after looking back and forth.
We can have people over and we can talk to each other across the room. So that's a nice perk as well.
One of the great benefits of the fireplace, not for hidden storage spots, is as we're traveling down the road and we have full hookups, we don't have to burn gas bottles or anything like that. We can just turn this on, turn the one on in the back, and we have heat without burning gas. We can burning their electricity that we're paying for anyway. So
it's very similar to the one we have back there. It's essentially a space heater. The only difference is this one's really pretty. It looks like a fireplace.
So we have our little Jensen radio in here, just like everybody else has. They have their surround sounds for their TVs, and we have our TV that pulls out and turns however we need to go. So
this is the full bath in the RV, which is right off the master suite. It did come with the glass doors, but I hate the glass doors. I have a love-hate relationship with them. So we installed a shower curtain and then the plastic shower curtains on the back, the liner, and there's not really much to say about the bathroom. It's the bathroom. It does have entry from the hallway and from the master bedroom, which is a big thing for some people. Doesn't really make one difference to me one way or the other. So this is the master bedroom. Ours came with a king. You can get it in a king or a queen size bed. It has the reading lights over top. One of the things we really liked about this, in our last one, the bed was north-south. This one, it's east-west, which there's a couple of benefits. So for one, the bed slides out, so you get the extra floor space. For two, you have windows on either side of the bed. In our last one, we didn't have those, so if we were somewhere boondocking, we didn't have any cross ventilation, so it's kind of a big thing. We have the two windows here, and then we have the emergency exit window on the other side, so we do get a nice breeze when we open those up. We have closets over here, so this side is just your standard hang up with the shelf up top closet, and then this side over here is where, if you had a washer and dryer, this is where it would go. All the plumbing and ductwork is in this side, so your washer dryer would go here. Or you can leave the rod in, leave the shelf in, and use it for storage like we're doing for now. And then at the foot of the bed, we have the TV mounted on the wall, the built-in dresser, so we have two drawers to fight over. And then there is storage under the bed. And that's it for the master bedroom.
So while we were in Moryde, we had them special make these steps for us because they don't make these steps for every single unit. So we had to give them some measurements, and they fabricated it for us at that time. So I think our #1 favorite upgrade we've done so far is we added the independent suspension for Moryde underneath here. We have driven all the way from Indiana down to Virginia, all the way across to out west where we are in Nevada right now, and it is by far, I think, the best investment you can ever have. If you're looking for something to slow that bumping down on these nice smooth roads that we have out here, that's the best investment we can have.
To decrease the earthquake that's happening inside every time you travel. So our outside kitchen, outside entertainment area is all here. TV, small fridge. And then we have this pull out. It hooks to the propane in the camper, and it also comes down so that it's at a more usable height. And then when you're done, you flip it up, fold it up, slide it back in.
In this particular model, we don't have a great big storage space, and we also upgraded to the 600 watts of solar that Keystone puts on. Every Keystone comes with 200 watts of solar. We upgraded to the 600. It takes up a lot of room in here. We also have 3 100 amp hour batteries, Batterborn batteries, Dragonfly batteries, whichever one you want to call them. So they're in there, and as we add on more, it'll take up more space in this room here too. So there's not much here to talk about. It's kind of small, but we get what we need in there, and there it is.
All right, so now we're going to talk about the storage that's under the nose. If you've seen my channel, you know that the Grand Design has just one big bay that opens up. Something that's kind of interesting that's specific to Fusion is that there is kind of 3 doors up front, and Lisa's going to show us what goes into those. But the other thing to note is that the propane goes under the nose instead of to the sides.
So we did lose quite a bit of space in the underbelly that Jimmy pointed out a few minutes ago, but we gained this storage space up here. And what's interesting about it is it goes way up in here. It's another 6 to 8 inches above this door, so it really does have a lot more space than what it looks like. If you travel with your steps that snap onto the back deck, they will fit perfectly in here. We just don't travel with ours. We come in and out through the garage, and we don't use those steps. So we use it for storage of chairs and other fun outside stuff. And then this compartment down here is, of course, our generator. Just lives down there by itself. And then the compartment beside that is where our propane is. So both the bottles fit under there.
Now, I will say one thing you have that I don't is a pass-through.
So this is where our generator fuel comes from. We have two 30-gallon tanks here, one for the toys inside and one for the generator itself. We don't have any toys, so I always put 30 gallons in both sides, and when you open it up, we have a nozzle right here, so I can take this nozzle and fill up my other side, which I have 30 more gallons for my generator. So we basically carry 60 gallons of fuel on board for the generator, so when we're out boondocking and we don't have enough sunlight or whatever it is for our solar to charge up, we have the generator to back us up.
All right, guys, that does it for today's Fusion tour. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home.
Thanks for coming by.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is an awesome rig. Make sure you go check out their social media on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Go look up Find Us Camping. All the links are below. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe. Until the next strange adventure.
Keep making your own.